excuse me, an art director from one of the Los Angeles firms called me just the other day and told me that he was just amazed that he had just left LA and missed the premiere of Ballast, and surprised when he got back home here, he's made Shreveport his home, that we actually were showing it the next day, and he had so sorry he had missed it and couldn't believe that we had it on. We're getting that kind of reaction from the film community. We do hold forums for the people in the film industry to be able to help people find jobs in that industry, in and about the area, as keeping informed about what the film industry is doing in Shreveport right now and what kind of help they need. And that's with meetup groups, not only being an anchor for the downtown area and helping to develop this whole downtown area into what it really needs to be. I certainly do appreciate all of your support now and in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our last card is Nancy Walker. Get your name and address, please, ma'am.
I'm Nancy Walker. My address is 10905 Belcourt Way, Shreveport. I'm here to speak on behalf of Cyport, but I'm also here to speak on behalf of the children of Caddo Parish. I have been a recipient of the generosity of the Caddo Parish Commission several years ago when I was a teacher at Arthur Circle School. I was teaching there. The kindergarten classes wanted to go and visit Cyport, but we knew that the teachers all visited, and we knew that we weren't going to be able to afford to go because over half of our students would not be able to pay for it, and they were on the free lunch program, and so it was something that we would not be able to do. The teachers talked about it. I called Cyport, and they informed me of the Caddo Parish Commission and the relationship that y'all had, and I applied for the grant, and we were able to take 75 children to Cyport in order to culminate our science unit that we were working on. And it was a really special time to watch children who would not have the opportunity to go and experience hands-on science learning experiences and be there in the Cyport, to go to the IMAX theater and to watch those children who had never had the opportunity to go and be there. So I'm asking you to really consider Cyport, continue your funding for us, and continue your funding for the children of Caddo Parish. This is a great program that y'all provide, and it really does help the children. And because I have been a part of Cyport, but most importantly, I have been a teacher on the other side, wanting to take children to be a part of that and to see what happens when two organizations work hand in hand, and how wonderful it was for these children to experience this. It's a great, great thing that y'all provide for us, and we really, really appreciate it. I hope that you will consider keeping your funding at the level that it has been. I think Cyport is so important for our community, but most importantly, I think it's important for the children of our community and for the children in schools that don't get to experience these things. And I think it's a wonderful thing. I want to thank each of you for your service that you give to our community, and I appreciate you listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. On our agenda today, we have Miss Stacy Brown. Would you please come up? Name and address, like we already know you, but you know.
Stacy Brown, 629 Spring Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. Thank you very much for allowing me to come before you this afternoon, requesting approval of our 2009 budget. You should have already received a copy of the budget a few weeks ago, and Betty Matthews, your appointee to our board, asked me to express her apologies. She is today at the Vivian Depot Museum. She is the one putting on their open house, so she could not be with us. So she asked me to express that. I would like to give you a brief update on tourism. Year to date, as of the end of September, hotel and lodging tax revenues were up 10.54%. According to the Travel Industry Association of America, Caddo and Bossier parishes received travel-related expenditures of $884.67 million in 2007. Tourism is truly an economic generator for Caddo and Bossier parishes, employing 10,750 workers with a payroll of $216.82 million. Each year, we review our programs and tweak them for maximum return on investment. As you can tell, the adjustments in our programs have obviously been working very well. As we are funded solely by a hotel occupancy tax, it's incumbent that we make sure those are regenerated. And by driving more overnight guests, we can improve that. It is important that the Bureau continue to be successful because we generate revenue for the cities and the parishes. According to the Travel Industry Association of America, tax receipts in Caddo Parish reached $10.73 million in 2007. I'm a very strong believer in partnerships, and working together, we make everyone's money go further. Just last month, we partnered with you, actually it was in October now, 2 months ago, on the Epcot Pavilion for Louisiana. And I want to say thank you for allowing Mr. Randy Lucky to come as an ambassador for you. As you know, Disney has quite a few rules, and he did conform to those rules. Now, let's not say that we took all the fun out of Randy. You cannot take the fun out of Randy. But we did tone him down a little bit and just put him in those proper clothes and proper attire, and he did a fantastic job.
That's all I need.
There are pictures. I do have pictures. I forgot to bring them with me today. We had more than 70,000 guests come through our pavilion during that week, and were able to gather more than 9,000 emails, and partly due to Mr. Lucky. He was one of the ones stationed at the table. One of his charges was to get people to sign up for their emails. And one of the ways we did that is encourage them with some beads. And I think he got some pretty interesting requests for, what do I need to do to get those beads?
I'm biting my tongue as we speak.
We had a great time. It was a fantastic opportunity. One of our concerns was when we got there that we would have a lot of people saying, well, I've only been to New Orleans. But we actually had a lot of people that had been to Shreveport-Bossier, some of them many years ago, and they were excited about being invited back. So it was a great opportunity to really raise awareness of not only the state. As you know, we had 2 more hurricanes this year. There's still a lot of leftover sentiment about Katrina. So it did help overcome a lot of that for the state as well as for Northwest Louisiana. We also offer opportunities for our hotels, restaurants, attractions, and festivals to participate in consumer and trade shows, advertising, familiarization tours, and sales missions at little or no cost. Conventions are looking strong for 2009. We have the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Knights of Columbus, and the National Baptist Convention, just to name a few. And we just came back from bidding on the Amateur Softball Association. We won that bid. We were bidding head-to-head with Colorado and Orlando, and we beat them out, and we have their 2011 convention, or 2010 convention on board.
Oh, that's good.
This will generate more than 3,000 room nights, and the best part about it is this is their annual convention. So these will be people coming in to our area. While they're here having their meeting, we'll also have the opportunity to look at the sports venues here, especially the softball opportunities, and look at building on future tournaments as well. So it's a great opportunity for us. The largest ever event ever held in our area is coming here in February of 2008. I know Mr. Pearson can tell us what that event is. The Bassmaster Classic will be held here in February. It is a fantastic opportunity to really showcase the area on ESPN. We'll be having more than 10 hours of time on ESPN. We are already getting fishermen coming in. They've been coming in for a number of months now to what they call pre-fishing the area and seeing what's out there, how they get around the river, what the best fishing spots are. They'll be doing that up until December the 15th when the river officially closes for their pre-fishing. And then they'll have some time there where they have to stay off the river. Then in February, they'll be able to come the weekend before the event and come and fish one last time. So we're excited about that opportunity. They will generate 5,000 to 8,000 room nights, which will be the largest event. One of the best things, though, they'll actually be utilizing both the Convention Center in Shreveport as well as the CenturyTel Center in Bossier City. They'll be launching from the Red River South Marina in Bossier, but they'll be going on both sides of the river constantly. So we're excited about really showcasing our area. As well as extensive public relations and advertising to maximize exposure, in addition to the ESPN coverage, we're expecting not only great attendance, but great viewers as well. And your assistance in that event is greatly appreciated. Our communications and PR value is now more than $10 million to date. We bring in travel writers from across the country, bring them on what we call FAM or familiarization tours, show them our area. We also have travel and outdoor writer trade shows that we attend, media calls and outdoor in other markets, news releases and newsletters that help to generate information. Focus is a searchable media database that we use, and we can also track our media through that. This year we launched our brand, Louisiana's Other Side, through advertising, public relations, and our website. It seems to be resonating very well with our visitors and potential visitors as our inquiries have increased considerably. Our advertising inquiries are up 74%, and our internet information requests are up 196%. Our key goals, key projects, and action plans are outlined in our business plan, and they are used in preparing our 2009 budget. If you have the budget in front of you, on page 7, we list there all the details in our budget, and you'll see that we have designated funds accumulated over previous years to be expended in the future. Such as funds for the CenturyTel Center, the Shreveport Convention Center, the Shreveport Regional Sports Authority, special marketing, capital reserve, and operating reserve. In our capital outlay, we also have the building addition with about $1.4 million in there. Most of that is our bond issue of $1.5 million. We've been in our current building for over 20 years. We are bursting at the seams, so you've seen if you've been down Spring Street lately that we are adding onto our building. The downstairs will be a new visitor center with interactive displays, which will feature areas of Caddo and Bossier parishes to really get people out into the parishes more. In addition to that, we've just recently undergone renovation of our Bossier Visitor Center, and we are also in the process of the kiosks that you've heard me mention. I know Doug asked me about them earlier. We've been working on them for quite some time. They've actually gone out for bid, and DOTD is receiving the bids back next week on Tuesday. So we're finally moving forward with that project. Larry Raymond has been working with us on looking at the informational panels, how we can find the right consultant for that job, and he's been tremendous in helping us with that.
Got about 2 minutes left.
I would like to invite you to our open house. If you haven't received the invitation, I brought some extras with me today. And again, Commissioners, I'd like to thank you for all the work that you do for us and ask if you have any questions.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Should we go back into regular session? Without exception, it's been moved and seconded. Without exception, we're back into public hearing on ordinances.
Yes, sir. You have ordinances, public hearing ordinance, first one being ordinance 4847, amends your debt service fund budget in the amount of $10 million for general obligation bonds.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this? Is anyone here to speak against this? Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4848, amend the detention facilities fund budget in the amount of $450,000 for various expenditure items for the year 2008.
So we'll go back to it. Okay, before we get too far. Yeah, under communication reports, when the administration did theirs, we did not do the letter of North Louisiana Criminals Lab or the letter from Zoning Board.
No, there's any criminals.
Sir?
I was.
So, real quick, before we get too far, let's do this, and then go back into our second ordinance, our public hearing. Mr. Spears, we have a letter from the second item.
Yes, sir. Letter from North Louisiana Criminalistics Laboratory Commission requesting approval of their amended 2008 budget and their proposed 2009 budget. We also have a letter from the Zoning Board of Appeals advising of the option to reappoint Mr. Reginald Johnson as the joint city parish appointee or recommend another nominee for this position.
Okay. See, when the administration only has one thing to talk about, they threw me off. Well, I'm going to blame that on them. Okay, back into public hearing of ordinances, 4848.
Chairperson,
Yes, ma'am.
while we were on the communication reports, I really wanted to address this administration at this time before you proceed.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Mr. Kirkland, Mr. Wilson, I guess I need to ask you, Mr. Wilson, Mr. Kirkland, I got here a little late. Was there any report on any collaboration that was going to be scheduled for these commissioners to meet with the consultants with the comprehensive master plan in the future? You know, we were supposed to have been scheduling a time or that the commissioners could actually meet with the consultants and collaborate on plans. You did indicate in the last report the commissioners to get involved.
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any efforts of this administration to
Not
make?
yet, ma'am. He hasn't given, Ms. Kirkland haven't given us a time frame yet for that.
Okay.
Just waiting.
We can expect the next meeting for you to have something scheduled, or this administration?
Certainly. As we've said on many occasions, there will be a lot of opportunities for the elected officials as well as all of the citizens to interact with the professionals that we're working up a contract to sign, and there will be some special meetings, briefings for commissioners and other elected officials, city councilmen. I'm not certain.
Well, actually, I think, Mr. Wilson, if I'm not mistaken, we made some agreement that you would set up a collaboration period with the commission and the consultants through the MPC. Is that not correct? Did I not have that idea at the last meeting?
Ma'am, what was said was they are prior to the selection of the current consultant.
Right.
Everyone appear to list down, and some of you will sit on that process, but the zoning board has already done that for us. So the next obvious step is once all the arrangements have been finalized with the current consultant, they will let us know when we can meet with them to ask whatever questions you may have for them at that time.
And so that will then include planning, I mean,
Well,
you know, prior planning for the districts.
no, ma'am, I don't believe so.
Have laid out, and I think we gave you all copies of proposed areas, I'll call them. They weren't political districts, but they were areas that we are going to do our best to come up with plans for those areas, and the consultants will be charged with going out into those areas specifically for the purpose of trying to lay down plans for those areas that will recognize not only the needs of those areas, but the unique opportunities in those areas. And a lot of that input is going to come directly from the people who live in those areas. And so that will be a major part of this overall effort.
So is that somewhat similar to what was going on with the MLK master plan? You know, we met with consultants, and of course it didn't go anywhere. And I understand the history, but that's going to be the same process.
It will be a very open public process involving everyone who wants to be a part of it, and we hope the more the better. There will not be private meetings, though, Ms. McCullough, I don't want to mislead you. Every meeting we have will be a public meeting. There will not be private meetings for private discussions.
There won't be private meetings for commissioners.
We had not intended that.
Okay, well, that was the understanding.
This is a very open public process, and one of the things we had said early on is that, you know, we wanted this to remain an open public process and completely transparent.
Definitely involving the commissioners, though, the elected officials.
We don't plan on any private meetings. We will have a reception or two for elected officials and others who are paying for the planners to meet them, but they're not like trying to get into private agendas, and anything you want to say or anything you want to be part of the plan, you need to say publicly to the consultants and the planners, and that's what these meetings will be about.
Okay.
We want the public to be able to comment and to know, you know, what they plan for the future. And I say we're not setting up private meetings unless you guys are wanting private meetings.
No, I guess I misunderstood at the last meeting. I was looking forward to maybe the consultants, and it was my understanding according to administration and some concerns that Commissioner Lynn had, that the commissioners would be able to, at some point, collaborate with these consultants.
What Mr. Lynn was asking was, could, in essence, they or he make, or you or anyone make suggestions to these consultants about what they'd like to see as important concerns for the future of Shreveport and Caddo Parish. He specifically mentioned GIS as one of those areas.
Right, okay.
That's what all these public meetings will be about. And certainly you as elected officials, I hope you will come and you will make statements about things that you know about, but is equally as important if the citizens you represent will come to these meetings too and say what they
Can I ask of
believe.
this administration, Mr. Wilson, that you invite them to our commission meetings? I mean, I think that came up too, that the
Yes.
consultants actually come to one of our commission meetings. I'm just looking forward to collaborating.
Yeah, we'll work with Mr. Kirkland, ma'am, to see how we can facilitate it for you.
Okay, and so we'll get that information at the next commission meeting, as far as them coming to.
I'll meet with Mr. Kirkland tomorrow, ma'am, and we'll see what we can invite them to meet you all, perhaps
Okay.
at one of your work sessions.
Okay. Thank you, Charles.
Okay.
Ms. Lynch?
Yes, I wanted to make a motion to adopt the amended budget for 2008 and the budget for 2009 for the North Louisiana Criminalistics Laboratory Commission.
It's the second item on the under communication reports. Been a motion set by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Baker. Any questions?
You have that in our folder?
No, she's just
I don't
making the
see
motion
it.
off the communication.
It should be at our, I think it's a handout that was on top of your,
In the back of your folder.
oh, I'm sorry, in the back.
I guess I have a question.
I can't see because we're in the voting mode.
This is a pass-through. We don't put in any money. It's no money from the commission.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Ms. Baker?
Oh.
Dominic? Mr. Lynn? Ms. Lynch?
Also have a motion to submit the name of Mr. Reginald Johnson to be reappointed to the ZBA.
Second. Been moved and seconded by Commissioner Lynch and Commissioner Epperson for Mr. Reginald Johnson to be nominated for that position.
Reappointed.
Reappointed. Any questions?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
How much time do we have to submit all nominations?
I think
April 10th is the deadline,
Mr. Grove?
expires.
To know that?
On the ZBA appointment.
it
Deadline.
has to go to the city council from here.
Yeah, this was a city council,
It's a joint.
appointment, but it's in our ball game now.
Mr. President, I don't know when the current term expires, so I can't
April
answer.
10th.
Well, then, I mean,
We can either
you can do it now, or there's no requirement to do it
right, but if
today, I wouldn't think.
I thought it was rotating. They had it one time, then we
Yeah,
had it.
we
one
do.
time. We got it this time.
it's our time this
now.
time.
Right,
So if we go ahead to,
What did it say?
Our time to make an appointment?
right. And it gives the city
Oh,
council
okay.
time to get it to the city council, and they have to go through the same process. Yeah,
so we can vote on the motion now.
right.
If
Get it over to them
If
and-
it's not a majority, then we can put in another name, I would assume.
Okay.
Or the mover can pull her motion.
Yeah.
I'm under support, we need more
I think we need more time.
to speak on.
I had the expiration date incorrect, so I'm okay.
Okay, we have other people wanting to speak as well. Mr. Lynn, are you on this one or the one
I
before?
wanted to ask a question for Mr. Kirkland.
Okay, can that hold?
I can wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got Mr. Dominic, then Mr. Escudade.
I just think we need some more time. This is just kind of popping up on us, and
Well, I can
Like to look and
withdraw the
find-
motion. I didn't realize
Okay.
it was in April, so I thought it was in December.
I'd like to have
Yeah.
more time to
Okay.
see, exactly who we wanted to put on there. Had some issues, so.
Okay, so the motion has been withdrawn. Can I get that second withdrawn as well?
Second, withdrawn.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Got that, I thought it was at the end of the year, so I thought we had to go on and do it.
All right, Mr. Lynn?
Mr. Kirkland, the contract that you're speaking of that you're going to give to, and I'm blank, Nellison Group? Is it Nellison Group that received the contract?
correct.
That you're going to give to Nellison Group. Will you give that contract to the Board of Commissioners before you give it to them?
We can.
would
What
like
we
that.
would do is and we're in that process now, of negotiating with them the various fees for the different components of the plan, as well as the time frame in which the plan will be developed. We're trying to do that within a year. It may take a little bit longer than that, but we are in that process right now of negotiation. We're optimistic that those negotiations will be positive, but what I'm hearing you say is you want that to be sent to the commission before it's adopted by the MPC?
Yes, I would like to see it. I don't know if the other commissioners would like to see it, but I would like to see it. I would guess they all would.
Well, they'll be public documents. That's a little unusual in doing a contract, but it certainly can be done.
Thank you.
Well, the contract will be with the MPC for doing this planning, but certainly,
With Nellison, I understand that. I just wanted to see the contract.
we can do that. I can't tell you exactly. I would hope that by the very last of this month at the most, we'd have that available for review. But it is a public document. Anybody can see it that wants to. But we will specifically forward it to you
Thank you.
and the other commissioners, as well as city council members and the mayor. There'll be a lot of folks in this loop, as you know,
Thanks, sir.
not the least of whom will be the general public.
Ms. Lynch?
I had a question on an ordinance 4583. 4583.
What exactly is 4583? Everybody's asking.
I'm sorry, the ordinance to authorize Caddo Parish Administrator to execute an intergovernmental agreement, Town of Vivian Recreational Services.
We're not there yet.
Aren't there yet.
I could ask a question of the administration under communications. I think it's up for introduction. I had a question for the administration on it.
Oh, 4853.
My question was the $40,000, is that already in the 2008 budget? I wasn't clear.
I can address that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rainer.
Yes, 40,000 is already been approved in the 2008 budget.
Okay.
And if the 2009 budget is approved, the other 20,000 would be available.
Okay, so is this just updating the agreement, or what's new? I guess we already have something in place from last year.
No, we don't. This is, as part of our master plan process, one of the deficiencies we have is community parks. And so we don't have the staff to really develop those, so we're proposing to work with the towns of Vivian and Greenwood to help provide capital monies to help them develop community parks that they would then oversee and manage.
Okay, so has the $40,000 already been used?
No.
It hasn't been used?
It
It's
has
just
not.
still
It's still in-
holding
in-
over from '08?
Right.
Okay, and then what's the cost of the total project for this particular one?
They had a list of things, and I don't have that list in front of me right now. I'm thinking it was a little over 50,000 for the items that they had requested. But until they actually go out for bids or quotes, we don't really have a final figure.
Okay. But this one is just for Vivian, not for all the towns up there?
That's right. And we're in the process of working on a similar agreement with the town of Greenwood.
Okay.
$60,000. $60,000.
Okay, so the town owns the park then?
That's correct.
Okay. Question. And they currently fund it as well?
They did.
As far as any, okay. Okay, under 11, it has assume all responsibility for the maintenance operation of the subject parks and recreation improvements in perpetuity. Are we going to be staffing them, or is that?
No, we want them,
Them to
what we're going to do is help
Okay.
them develop the capital improvements, and it's up to them to maintain it from that point on.
Oh, okay. So all of these things, 1 through 11, is what they'll be doing,
Correct.
and then we're just providing some of the capital for these improvements.
We will help them actually make the improvements, then they have to maintain it and manage it from then on,
Okay.
and assume liability and responsibility
So
for it.
the total budget is the 60? Or okay, so we're doing all of that,
Yes, ma'am.
but they're just going to operate it and keep it up.
That's correct.
Okay, gotcha. All righty, thank you. That's what I want to make sure.
And just to clarify something, under communication reports, I did, again, bypass something, trying to make it hurry, but under a letter from Zoning Board of Appeals for what Ms. Lynch was talking about, I think we still could have talked about it when it came up for introduction of title. So that way we don't jump around. Okay. Chair does apologize. Back into public hearing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He could come back and answer that,
Can we-
just one little question.
Can
on
we
that,
do it
sir.
under the introduction of title?
We can.
Yes,
I was
thank you,
waiting
ma'am.
to get to there, I didn't know.
Okay.
But since you.
Ordinance 4848, Mr. Spears.
Yes, sir. I'll read it again. Ordinance, it amends your detention facilities fund budget in the amount of $450,000 for various expenditure items in the year 2008.
Anyone here speak on behalf of this? Anyone here speak against this? Mr. Spears?
Yes, sir. Ordinance 4849 amends numerous budgets of the commission to terminate completed or lapsed capital projects for the year 2008.
Does anyone here speak on behalf of this? Does anyone here speak against this? Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4850 declares certain adjudicated property to be surplus and authorizes sale of the parish's tax interest.
Does anyone here speak on behalf of this? Anyone here speak against this? Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4851 authorizes acceptance of an irrevocable donation of certain property in the parish from OSL Properties, LLP.
Here speak against this? Here speak in favor of this? Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4852 authorizes the administrator to execute an act of donation of adjudicated property in the parish to Triumph the Church and Kingdom of God in Christ.
So move. Second.
Public hearing.
Yeah, y'all jumping the gun too. I ain't the only one. I coach him, Ms. Baker. You got us
It's
both.
in the M&Ms.
All right. Is anyone here to speak on behalf of this? Anyone here to speak against this? Mr. Spears?
All right, that concludes the public hearing on the ordinances. We'll move right back through that same list now for final consideration. Ordinance 4847 amends your debt service fund budget.
Move.
Been moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Escadade. Any questions? Ms. Baker, I still got you on here, but that's for something else.
That's for that 48.
Will everyone please vote?
What you
And that passes. Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4848 amends the detention facilities fund budget, $450,000.
So moved under duress.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Lynch under duress and second by
Second under
Commissioner
duress.
Commissioner Escadade. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4849 amends numerous budgets of the commission to terminate completed lapsed capital
moved.
projects.
Second.
Been moved and seconded by Commissioner Lynch and seconded by Commissioner Dominic. Mr. Thibodeau, I see you on the board.
We decided that we were going to read all these each time on the regular meetings, or can they be in Globo?
They can be in Globo. I think.
Meeting's best because it's live. It's
Yeah.
in broadcast.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, please vote. I think we basically said it on work session. Globo's pretty good, but to give the public their listening pleasure and make sure it goes through. That passes. Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4850, amended, declare certain adjudicated properties as surplus.
Move. Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Baker. Any questions? Please vote. That passes. Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4851 accepts a donation of property from OSL Properties.
So move.
Moved by Commissioner Lynn, second by Commissioner Pearson. Any questions?
Yes, it's irrevocable, which means, well, first of all, you can't get it back, but that includes mineral rights as well.
Oh, they're donating us something.
I wouldn't think so.
No, they're just giving us a piece of property.
We keep the mineral rights.
They
keep
got the
that.
mineral rights.
This is a donation that we're receiving,
That's what I'm saying.
and I would anticipate that the donor is going to retain the minerals.
I just want to know.
I was going to say, what kind of cost are you taking, Coach?
Really?
Well, I mean, it says,
NyQuil in the daytime.
If they were anybody else, I would say they're going to keep their mineral rights.
6 months ago, we would have got it.
All right, any other questions on this? I still show Mr. Thibodeau on the board.
I'm not.
Okay. If not, please vote. Mr. Pearson, there you go. That passes. Mr. Spears?
Ordinance 4852 donates adjudicated property to Triumph the Church and Kingdom of God in Christ.
so move.
Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Pearson, second by Commissioner McCullough. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears, zoning?
Yes, sir, you have one zoning appeal that you'll hear at your January 7th meeting. BAP 224, Florence Teresa Grummer is the applicant appellant requesting place 3 mobile homes on 3 separate lots. The ZBA denied the,
All right.
oh, the 8th, and she says, okay.
All right. Going into ordinances for title, introduction by title.
One ordinance for introduction, ordinance 4843 authorizes the administrator to execute an intergovernmental agreement with Vivian concerning recreational services. Mr.
Good question.
And I think Ms.
Raymond
Baker
has-
did have a question on this. Mr. Raymond, you knew you was coming back. Yeah, why didn't you sit on the front row?
Yeah, one thing that number is wrong is 4853. Got 4883 on the actual ordinance. Anyway, in that first paragraph, after 11, it says on a reimbursement basis monthly. What does that mean?
That means that they will go out for quotes or for bids for the individual items, and they'll consult with us, be sure we agree with the purchase. They will pay for the purchase up front, and then we will reimburse them the money.
Okay. Okay, so that's when they go out and get their bids for the contract, and
And we'll work with them on that as well, since we have a lot of contacts for a lot of these types of equipment.
Okay, that was it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, ma'am.
One more NyQuil question.
Ms. Lynch?
NyQuil.
Well, maybe I need to ask you. The purpose of the ordinance is just to have the intergovernmental agreement? I guess I'm trying to, so we didn't do one last year when we did the 40,000, appropriated the 40,000.
No.
You've appropriated the 40,000, Commissioner, but none of it's been spent or obligated yet. That's the
Okay.
purpose of this ordinance, is to authorize that agreement. And this ordinance does also authorize as much as an additional $20,000 to go to them, subject to appropriation in 2009.
Right.
But nothing's been obligated or.
Right, but I'm saying that this is just to put our, I guess, what they're going to do and what we're going to do in writing.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You did?
Yeah, thank you,
Ma'am. All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I got one thing. I wanted Mr. Spears to make sure he did hear what Commissioner Baker said, that on our introduction it says 4853, and actually the ordinance is 45.
Yeah. 45.
One of them's messed up because our ordinance number says 45.
Uh-huh. Well, I think that would be the one that's messed up.
Need to get one of them corrected so it's printed right and published correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sure they can get that done. Work session minutes, December 1st, 2008.
So moved.
I believe you.
This thing get voted on?
Sir?
Voted on this? It's already been voted on? Have them?
No, that was
That
the
was,
November 20th.
that was November 20th, we voted on earlier. On the first page,
In here.
do I have a motion, second?
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Baker. Questions on those minutes? Now please vote. And that passes. Resolutions, Mr. Spears.
None, sir.
Old business,
None, sir.
new business.
Confirmed December 26th, 2008 and January 2nd, 2009 as holidays for Caddo Parish employees.
So moved.
Second.
And moved by Commissioner Land, second by Commissioner Pearson. Any questions? Thibodeau?
Yeah, have we done this in prior years? Brown,
Yes, sir.
this has been standard procedure prior
Well,
years?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, please vote. And that will pass. Mr. Spears?
Yes, sir. Cancel the work session meeting January 20th of 2009 and the commission meeting of January 22nd, 2009 due to necessary upgrades in this room.
So moved.
Then moved by Commissioner Baker, second by Commissioner Pearson. Any questions? Ms. McCullough?
Actually, prior to this particular item, I voted yes. For some reason, I see the screen showed no. Prior item to
Oh,
this.
it only showed 3 no's.
Actually, my vote was yes.
Okay, let the
For the
record, let the record show that Ms. McCullough voted yes on the confirmed December 6, 2008, January 2nd, 2009 as holidays for Caddo Parish employees. How's that,
Thank
ma'am?
you.
You're welcome. Okay, where we at?
Vote. The work session.
Okay, yes. We up to the,
Yeah.
yep, let's vote. And that passes.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Vote
no, Dave. I started to do it, Dave, but I just.
Just make the city worry. All right, Mr. Spears.
Yes, sir. Confirm City Marshal Charlie Caldwell to the Louisiana Criminalistics Lab Board.
So
to
moved.
succeed Jimmy Dove.
Moved by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Lynn. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Spears?
Yes, sir. You've got all of these year-end board appointments that you may confirm or replace, substitute, however you choose to do so.
Before we go to Mr. Thibodeau to do Mr. Brown's deal, is there any questions on any of the appointments before we, I'm sure, englobo these?
I have one question. Are they all wanting to these positions? All these.
Some of their name is on here. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Appointment for Robert Gill,
Which fire?
Fire District 6.
6, okay.
I sent me an email yesterday to take his name off due.
Okay.
One on the back, J.D. Campbell and Harold Lowry. Point 1.
Both of them?
Well,
Oh, it's got only
there are
a
2,
point
it's a
one.
point 1.
Whose district is it?
Oh, it's,
Yeah,
okay.
It's like
pick one out of the 2. So
Okay.
it's got to be a specific
We'll hold
recommendation.
that one out and vote on that separate.
Ooh.
So, that should be 2 appointments, sir.
What says a point 1?
Error on my part where it says a point 1.
Okay.
So both of them,
Okay.
J.D. Campbell and Harry Lowry will both be up? Okay.
I got one question, I guess, if it's okay.
Yes, sir?
I see where Mr. Welch resigned from the hospital board. He doesn't want to be reappointed, I guess I need to go for that. Is that correct, Mr. Spears?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's also another resignation I saw in here. I don't, Hugh Dean, Fire District 2, I think we got a,
Several in Fire District 5, there's 3 resigned, but they're not,
We're not going to reappoint the ones that resign, is what my question is.
No.
But do we have to pull them from this agenda before we vote on it?
Yeah, because I have one in my fire district.
It may look like it'd be easier just, and right now the chair would like to just go ahead and do these one at a time. It'd probably be easier to get through them because it looks like we are going to have some changes, and that makes it less complicated if there's no opposition from the commission. Let's do this one at a time, get through it. All right, Mr. Spears?
Yes, sir. First board is Lindell Davidson, who's the incumbent in Fire District 1.
So moved.
And moved by Commissioner Lynch, second by Mr. Dominic. Any questions? Coach, did you? Okay, Ms. Vita, could you clear the board? Thank you, ma'am. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that appointment is passed. Mr. Spears?
Okay, you have one here. Apparently, Mr. Dean has resigned unless there's another name to substitute, and then Mr. Fussell is the incumbent.
Fussell. If I'm not mistaken, and Vita, you correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Fussell submitted a letter of resignation also, did he not? I remember getting a letter. Would you check into it for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Seems like he submitted a letter of resignation. So I want to pull his name for right now.
If his name is pulled and Mr. Dean has resigned, we need to pull appointment for Fire District 2 out of this.
Right.
And look for some board members.
Right.
Okay, so I guess, do we take a motion to bypass this or just bypass it?
Bypass it, because we have another meeting and it's not.
Let's say go ahead and just pass it.
Okay. Mr. Spears, go to the next one. We will bypass Fire District 2.
Yes, sir. Shields Hefner is the incumbent in Fire District number 3.
So move. Been moved by Commissioner Epperson, second by Commissioner Lynch. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
You have 3 incumbents in Fire District 4, Susie Payne Smith, Ron Lloyd, and Kevin McClure.
Been moved by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Dominic. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
Yes, sir. You have in District 5, now Mr. Thibodeau and Mr. Escudé may have some information. Mr. Harris and Mr. Webb wish to resign. I was told yesterday Ms. Elston wishes now to remain on the board.
Okay. Right now we have Harris and Webb.
We'll leave Ms. Lennis Helston, Wayne Woodruff on the board, and then John Lorick will be going on as a new. John Lorick, Lorick.
A motion. There was a motion second.
Been moved by Commissioner Thibodeau, second by Commissioner Lynch. John Lorick is to go on.
Mr. Thibodeau?
Yes.
Could I ask a question?
Yes, Mr. Thibodeau.
Which one would he be replacing? It's, we kind of keep, thank you.
All right. So we're straight on that. Any other questions? If not, please vote. You got all that straight, Mr. Spears?
Randy got his hand up.
Okay.
So y'all are just appointing 3?
Right.
Right now, yes, sir. All right, Mr. Spears, when you're ready.
All right, in Fire District 6, you've already been asked to delay the appointment of Mr. Gill replacement, but then you have Mr. Kuvion and Mr. Thomas White as incumbents wishing reappointment.
So moved. Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Baker, second by Commissioner Smith. Any questions? If not, please vote. Ms. McCullough? Thank you, ma'am. That passes. Mr. Spears?
Okay, Fire District 7, Kelvin Kennedy is an incumbent seeking.
Move Kelvin Kennedy be appointed Fire District 7.
Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Smith. Any questions? If not, please vote. If if y'all wouldn't mind, so there's no interruption, as Mr. Spears reads it, let him finish.
Sir, David Austin is the incumbent to be reappointed in Fire District 8.
I move that David Austin be appointed reappointed for Fire District 8.
Thanks. It's been moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Baker. Any questions? If not, please vote. That passes. Mr. Spears?
In Sewer District Number 2, Ronnie Davis has been recommended by the board for appointment. Mary Ann Oleg is the incumbent in the 2 appointments.
So moved.
Been moved by Commissioner Estrade, seconded by the chair. Any questions? If not, please vote. That passes. Mr. Spears?
Virginia Sims is the incumbent to be reappointed in Waterworks District 1.
Move that Ms. Sims be reappointed.
Been moved by Commissioner Dominic, seconded by Ms. McCullough. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
In Waterworks District 7, Ann Osment is the incumbent for reappointment.
So moved.
Been moved by Commissioner Smith, seconded by Commissioner Escudade. Any questions?
Is this Miss Osment that teaches at Southwood? Okay, she's wonderful.
Give her a shout out. They're out of school right now.
Southwood Cowboys.
Yeah. All right. Please vote.
And the Grambling State University Tigers.
Rah, rah, who dat?
All right, and that passes. Mr. Spears?
Lakeview Waterworks District 2 for reappointment. Mr. Campbell and Mr. Lowry.
I'm going to ask the commission one more time as Mr. Spears is reading this. Please let him finish. It's got a, let's see. Who had the motion? Ms. McCullough?
McCullough moved.
And second by Commissioner Dominic. Any questions? Not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
Yes, the MPC appointment. Mr. Desmond Sprawls is the incumbent.
So moved.
Been moved by Commissioner Baker, second by Commissioner Smith. Any questions? If not, please vote. Oh, you got?
Never mind.
What? Okay. Please vote. Okay, we didn't, what is your vote, because it didn't register? It ain't gonna do now, so.
I think. Yes.
Okay, let the record show that Ms. Lynch voted yes.
Got M&M chocolate.
Oh. And.
Desmond Sprawls.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
Reappoint Scott Welch. No, I'm sorry.
No, we're gonna skip
He's
that.
resigned.
The Hospital Service District has a vacancy now. Mr. Welch resigned.
The record show that we are skipping the appointment of Scott Welch. Next
Your Animal Services Board have 2 appointments to the tax exempt local humane organization. The appointee is, no, it's one. Dorothy Oden is the incumbent in that chair.
Move to reappoint Miss Oden.
Second.
been moved and seconded by Ms. Lynch and Commissioner McCullough. Any questions? If not, please vote. And that passes. Mr. Spears?
Sir, reappoint Mr. Marty Woolridge, the incumbent in the Communications District Number 1 911 Board.
Been moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Lynch. Any questions? And Ms. Baker?
I'm sorry.
And before we adjourn, I would like to do one quick new business. So I'd like to expand the agenda for the chair to bring up a deal for Ridgewood Raiders.
Who? Second.
A motion to expand the agenda has been moved by Commissioner Cox, second by Commissioner Dominic. This won't take 3 minutes.
Don't vote no, John.
I'm not
Who's it
going
for?
to leave, but I'm not going to.
What was the motion for?
For the, to recognize Ridgewood Raiders Middle School for winning the city
Oh,
championship.
okay.
Ms. McCullough? Thank you, ma'am. I'd like to do a motion for our next meeting, not the work session, but our next regular meeting, to recognize the Ridgewood Raiders for being the city champs of middle school football. They won this 2 weeks ago, and would like to do a resolution, and we'll get with Mr. Spears on such, and then invite them to the commission chambers to accept.
Second.
Thank you, sir. Let's vote. And I told y'all a year ago they'd be here.
Me up there.
Y'all want,
You do have a crystal ball.
Y'all want the Super Bowl pick?
Go ahead, Kreskin.
You got me up
The
there.
New Orleans
Yes, sir.
Saints.
And that passes. Anything else? Any comments?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got one. I'd just like to ask that on the board appointments, if there are more than, if it's more than one person interested, then we'd like to have those people to come down here rather than to, you know, I mean, we hope that there are more people interested, but, you know, the reality is it's not a lot of people interested in serving, but just in case there are, then for your respective districts, ask if they would mind coming down here and appearing before, so that we can make a decent decision other than just something off the top of our head. Thank you very much.
And Coach, we've asked that for ever since I've been here, so
It's not appointable.
it's just one of those
So we're
things.
establishing that they won't be appointed if they don't come before this commission?
More than one person for a position. We've tried it the other way. But if you have more than, like, for instance, we got one where there's 2 people. If 3 people are interested in 2 positions, then all 3 need to come down so that we can make a decent decision about what 2 we would like to vote on. But the other way, I don't know if that'll ever happen. But certainly if more, you know, people are interested than we have positions, they need to come forward.
Okay.
Move to adjourn.